Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your June 2019 general reading. We're looking at the first half of June from the 1st through the 15th. Thank you very much for joining us here today, and welcome to any newcomers, first timers, and welcome back to any followers and subscribers. And thanks to all of you who take the time to tune in and send in all your support, feedback, and comments. And thanks to all of my clients out there who always keep me so busy, both my regular clients and my new clients, with personal one-on-one readings. And as many of you know, if you are interested in scheduling a one-on-one reading with me, live or recorded, you can get more info and contact details by clicking on the description link below or going to my YouTube channel's homepage and clicking on the little About button there. I can usually respond to your initial request with more info the same day or within the first 24 hours. And scheduling the actual reading is pretty good too. I do readings full-time, 6 days a week. It is all that I do. So I'm pretty diligent at working with both your schedule and mine to get you readings as quickly as possible. So if you're interested, you can contact me via my email address, which is attached to the link. That is Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you. I do a wide variety of readings in all areas of life. All right, let's move right into this reading. This is for the water sign of Cancer, our lovely crabs, our Cancerians, for June 1st through the 15th, year 2019. Remember that general readings always resonate a little differently for everyone, so if you know your rising sign, your moon sign, your Venus sign, watch those videos as well, because that can provide additional clarification. Okay, Cancer, let's see what the first half of June has in store for you. Okay, Cancer, we begin around the first week or so with the Three of Swords, followed by the Nine of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Wands, followed by the Three of Wands. And from the bottom of the deck, representing your crowning card, your overall focus and energy for the first half of June, we have the Fool. So it looks like a bit of a mixed energy here, mixed bag. Your overall energy is about potential and promise of something, which is the Fool, my favorite major arcana card. The Fool is the very first major arcana card in the tarot. He has the 0 at the top of his card, and all the cards after that represent the Fool's journey through life, basically our journey through life and how we learn and change and grow and evolve until we reach the end of a particular cycle, which culminates in the World card, the very last major arcana card. So the Fool is just getting ready to start on his journey. He's a trailblazer. He's all about stepping off the beaten path to discover and explore something new because of the unknown promise and potential it holds. So it can represent stepping out of your comfort zone. It can represent doing something that may seem a little risky or something that you've never done before, taking a step or, in fact, a leap of faith, if you will. So that's your energy for the first half of June. But it looks like some of you, perhaps around the end of May, I am recording these on the last few days of May, maybe around the end of May and the beginning of June, there's some emotional pain that you're dealing with. We have the Three of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. So Swords is air energy. That's the element which governs this suit. And in the tarot, air energy is all about what goes on up in our heads, belief systems, ideologies, how we perceive things, words, ideas, higher education. It's very mental, cerebral, intellectual energy. It's about what we think, because that affects the way that we see the world, people in the world, and communicate our own words and ideas. So the Three of Swords is sometimes called the heartache card. It can represent a breakup. Maybe some of you have been through a breakup recently or are going through a breakup, or there's been some issue that may be ongoing that's causing you some emotional pain and division perhaps with someone else. Now, the Three of Swords is accompanied and clarified by the Nine of Pentacles. Pentacles is earth energy. That's the element which governs the suit. And in the tarot, this energy usually manifests in earthly, concrete things in our life, things we can see and touch and feel, or the efforts that we put into things. It's about, if you could sum up the energy of Pentacles, it's about the stability and security of the actual structure of our life, or the work that we put into, or the energy that we have around how stable and secure the day-to-day structure of our life is. The Nine of Pentacles is a great card. It's a card of independence, self-sufficiency, self-empowerment. It's sometimes referred to as the happy, single, successful woman card, or male, not gender specific. She's worked very hard to get to where she's at, which is now enjoying the fruits of her labors. And everything that she's enjoying, she's worked hard for. She's able to take very good care of herself. And she loves that, loves herself, who she is, where she is, what she's about, where she's going. If she's single or not, I don't really hold with that, because who knows whether she or he is single or not. But if she's single and wants to be with someone or is with someone, it's not out of a sense of compulsory need, feeling like she needs to have someone to take care of her, because she's able to take care of herself quite well. So for some of you, it might be purely in the financial or material aspect of your life. It could be that you've had some emotional pain or deep disappointment about where you are in your current life. Because the Nine of Pentacles would represent being at a place where you feel very stable and secure, particularly financially and materially, in the day-to-day structure of your life. So some of you may have had a disappointment, or feeling like you're at a place in life, which I'm feeling for some of you, like you should be in this place and you're not in this place, or you might be disappointed, or somebody else might be disappointed in you because you're not at a place where you're fully self-sufficient, or feeling very good in your own skin and your own ability to be to take care of yourself, or because I'm getting a couple of different messages here. Some of you, it might be disappointment over something which you thought was going to lead to this energy of being on your own and having enough to take care of everything that you need to, and being happy and fine in where you're at. Some of you, this may be just more emotionally related. You might be, feeling like some of you may be feeling that even though this aspect of your life is on target, you might not be in a love romance relationship with someone, and you may be disappointed about that, especially those of you who have gone through a breakup recently. I am feeling for some of you that you have been in a relationship or are in a relationship that may feel like it's moving towards an end, and you are once again going to be on your own again. I'm going to pull because I feel like for a lot of you, this Three of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles, I mean, for some of you, it might be that you feel like you're not in a place financially, materially, that you want to be, or that you feel you should have been at this point in your life, that it's more just about the structure of your life than an emotional relationship, and feeling, disappointed in yourself, or maybe somebody else has, been giving you their opinion on where they think you're supposed to be in your life right now, which you're not, like you're not measuring up. But I feel like for some of you, this is perhaps a love romance relationship that you are feeling maybe either has come to an end or might be in the process of ending, and you are once again going to be on your own. And some of you, it may be too that you might be going through this emotional relationship issue, but you're still managing to go to work, support yourself, doing all of that kind of stuff. Let me pull some clarifying cards for this. Okay, the Three of Swords. We have the Star. Let me pull a couple of more. The Nine of Wands and the Ace of Cups. Okay, so for a lot of you, not for all of you, of course, but for many of you, this emotional pain or heartache or emotional angst that you're going through has to do with perhaps feeling like you're losing faith, or that you've lost faith in being able to push through something that's been difficult in a relationship in order to have a renewal. Because the star is a card of renewed hope, faith, and optimism. The star kind of shines the way through the darkness and allows you to have faith and optimism that as long as you keep moving forward on the path that you're on, all will be well, because it is one of the wish fulfillment cards. The next card is the Nine of Wands, which speaks of having been through a lot of battles, as the soldier has, or this knight has. That's what soldiers do. They are trained to fight battles. And you've run into, there's been this big obstacle or grouping. This, you can see this obstacle, this grouping of wands behind this man he has retreated from. He's kind of gone down to one knee. He's holding on to another one of the wands as if, you know, in support. And there's a sense of discouragement. You know, how can I get through this obstacle? We've already been through so much, particularly in a relationship issue. I've already been through so much. We've already been through so much. And here there is this obstacle, this hurdle, this thing, and I can't seem to break through this. You know, I feel like giving up. Should I give up? How can I get through this? Should I even get through this? Do I give up? But I always call this the 11th hour card, kind of the card that represents its darkest before the dawn. I almost always, not always, but almost always feel like this is the push through card, because you're so close to completing a cycle. We're at a 9 here. This is the 9 of Wands. And in the tarot, 10s represent cycle completion, or something coming full circle, a sense of something having culminated, coming to an end. Now, sometimes that end represents that you actually separate or break away from something, and sometimes it just represents fulfillment and completion of a certain cycle in a positive way, and then you transitions into something else, or moves on into something else. So the Knight of Wands represents, you know, needing to, you know, feeling perhaps very discouraged and wondering if you're able to push through something which seems almost insurmountable, but not realizing how close you are. So there is a lack of hope and faith in being able to push through whatever this barrier or this obstacle is in this relationship or in this situation, whatever snag you've run into. For work, career, and finance, it might be just, you know, I keep working and working, but I'm not getting ahead at all. And then we have the Ace of Cups, which is a card of emotional renewal, self-love, or new love and romance. So again, multiple stories here. Whatever this Three of Wands or this Three of Swords represents, because this is a general reading, there's many of you watching, so the circumstances are going to be different. In love and romance, it can represent that there's something that you've run into in the relationship or did very recently, and you may be on the verge of losing hope, or feeling like you're losing faith in the ability to move through this, so that you can have some kind of emotional renewal, some reconnection, or, you know, moving forward on a new path with your partner. And that you may once again find yourself on your own again. Some of you for whom this is not, you know, relationship oriented, it may be that you've run into some wall with your finances, or your work, or your job, your career, where you're at in terms of being able to not only pay all your bills and support yourself, but be able to enjoy yourself and take pride and joy in what you do too. And you may be feeling discouraged, or feeling a lack of faith and hope that you're going to be able to get to a point where you can manifest this energy of the Nine of Pentacles. So it's going to be a little different. However, the energy picks up quite a bit around right after this, around the second week or so of June, because we have the Ace of Wands and the Three of Wands. And I really like seeing this, because, you know, the Three of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles represent, you know, kind of running into that wall and feeling, you know, kind of heartbroken or heartsick or very disappointed about it. But right next to that, we have a brand new beginning here. Aces represent the number 1, so they always represent the start of something, kind of a seed, which if you plant it and take care of it, has a lot of potential to grow. Wands is fire energy. This is very fast moving, assertive, action oriented. It's the energy of change and power and creation, artistic, creative energy. So this is an exciting new beginning in something. It can represent, you know, passion and desire in a relationship, particularly in a new relationship or in a renewal of a relationship. It can represent a new creative or artistic pursuit, or the new start of a new career path as well. It's clarified by the Three of Wands, which is a card that represents, you know, being at the beginning. It's a nice progression too. We go from the Ace to the Three. The Three of Wands represents beginning to see some manifestations of your work pay off, beginning to see some of the work that you've done pay off. So here we have the new beginning. the new opportunity, very exciting, full of enthusiasm, passion, drive. And then we have the Three of Wands here, which speaks of having done some of the work, still kind of early on in the path. We're just at a 3 here, but waiting for your ships to come in and feeling pretty hopeful and positive that at least some of your goals are being met and reached on the way to achieving a larger goal. So I really like that energy. For some of you, it may be a new opportunity at work or in your career or on your career path. For those of you for whom this is more financial or career path related, or even in relation to a project of some kind, it looks like there will be an opportunity for you to move ahead, perhaps in job, work, and career. On the relationship front, this would represent, could be kind of two different things. It could be that while this relationship issue is playing out, or if you've had a breakup or going through a difficult time, there is something new coming on board, and it could be in work and career that helps kind of move you forward while you're still dealing with this or healing from relationship stuff. And some of it could be that there is an opportunity for renewal and moving forward in the relationship. And also I feel like some of you who have gone through a recent relationship breakup or an ending, or you're in the process of that, I feel like underneath kind of the sadness and challenge of dealing with that, you are still taking care of business and moving forward in the future. Particularly if you have a breakup, you're going to be focused on building up your own resources, building up. It looks like you're going to have the opportunity to start something new, which is going to either put you on the path to really joyful self-sufficiency, or continue you on the path of joyful self-sufficiency as well. Because the overall energy, even though we do have this Three of Swords, which represents emotional pain and heartbreak, which, let's face it, happens from time to time in life. We just can't seem to get away from that. Your overall energy is actually quite good, because it's about some new opportunity or potential which is coming in, which is about building a more stable and secure foundation for the actual structure of your life, particularly in a financial or monetary way. So for those of you who have gone through a recent breakup or are going through a breakup, it's about focusing on yourself and having the opportunity to move forward in a really great way that leads you to a place of feeling really good, whether you're with someone or not with someone. I'm going to pull a final advice or guidance card. I'm getting like 5 different stories here. Guidance and advice for Cancer on how to navigate the first couple of weeks of June. Again, I'm kind of feeling this message that for some of you Cancer, for a lot of you Cancerians, the springboard to this Three of Swords, this painful energy, is a relationship, but it also bleeds into other areas of your life. It may feel like, I'm not where I'm supposed to be at this point in my life. Maybe I've been focusing too much on love and romance in my life and not enough on my own internal stability and being able to take care of myself. But you are going to have the opportunity to do that. Some exciting new opportunity is in front of you, even though it may be something different than you've done before, or maybe stepping out of your comfort zone. Whatever this new opportunity is coming in may represent stepping out of your comfort zone, because remember, the Fool is a trailblazer. He's all about stepping off the beaten path and exploring something new, a place that he's never been before, a journey he's never been before. Some of you, it might even be travel. All right, guidance and advice for Cancer for the first half of June. Strength. This is about facing your fears, your doubts, your insecurities, wrestling with your demons, which is what the lion represents: fears, doubts, insecurities. And when we say wrestling with your demons or your shadow self, it can be those aspects of yourself that you wouldn't necessarily want other people to see. Maybe bad patterns you have, bad habits you have, poor choices that you've made in the past, which may have put you in a place where you're feeling this sense of pain or disappointment in where you're at. Because I feel like a lot of you feel like where you're at right now isn't where you want to be, isn't where you thought you'd be, and you feel almost disappointed in yourself. And the Strength card is about looking at that, taking responsibility for perhaps, you know, any decisions or actions that you've taken which have led to this, and looking at how you can change those moving forward, and coming to grips with that, and coming to peace with yourself, and being able to embrace yourself in all of your totality moving forward. And often when Strength card comes up as advice to it, represents that whatever decisions you make, whatever actions you take, particularly over the first half of June, Cancer, don't allow fear to be what makes the decision for you. If you're afraid to take this new opportunity because it's different or it's scary or it's risky, don't allow fear to be the thing that makes the decision for you, whether it's in work and career or whether it's in a relationship issue. Make the decisions and take the actions based on your feeling that that is the absolute best thing for you to do. And I feel impressed to tell at least some of you out there, do not let somebody else define what success means for you. Because the Nine of Pentacles represents success, being at a place in your life where you feel good. You feel good about who you are, about where you are, about how hard you've worked to get there, about what you have. Do not allow somebody else's ruler be the thing that you measure yourself by. Make sure that you... I mean, if you're not at the place where you want to be, then make the changes that you need to in order to do that. But don't let somebody else be the thing that defines you. Don't let somebody else's opinion of where you're at be the thing that makes you feel so bad. Because I feel like some of you may be feeling unsuccessful or like a failure because of a relationship with another person, or perhaps the opinions of another person or other people. So be careful not to do that. Do not allow yourself to be defined, your self-worth be defined by somebody else's yardstick or somebody else's ruler. Okay, Cancer. So that pretty much wraps up your June 2019 general reading from the 1st to the 15th. I will see you all again in a couple of weeks when we look at the last half of June. Again, if any of you are interested in a more personal one-on-one reading, especially if this resonated for you, please feel free to email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would be happy to work with you. I do love and romance. I do relationship compatibility charting, career, work, and finance, investment readings, and I also offer 6 and 12-month overviews, which take a look at what's coming in your life over the next 6 or 12 months, depending on how far ahead you want to look, in all the main areas. And I also offer gift readings as well. So there's a variety of things to choose from. If you are so interested, I would look forward to working with you. So I will see you all again in a couple of weeks. And also you can find all that information by clicking on the description link below, or the little about button on my YouTube channel's homepage. So Cancer, I'll see you guys in a couple of weeks for the June 2019 mid-month general readings. Until then, as always, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. And I hope to see you back here again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.